Hey everybody, and good evening. Just getting my hair back a little bit. So we're back with another live. My name's Wendy, and I'll be going live with Michelle Deborah. So I'll be inviting her now, and then let's see if this time it works the first time. It's so amazing for everybody to join this video, and
Oops.
well, there we are.
Here I am.
Cool.
Hey.
We're just saying hello to everybody. So nice to meet you.
I know this is our first time meeting face to face.
I'm just trying to get my screen to be a little bit lighter so I can actually see you.
Oh, yes. I had that same problem with the lives. Every time it's like trying to get out of the screensaver mode or something like that.
Yeah. Wow. Nice to meet you.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
we're in the vegan bundle
yeah, I was
with
looking
so
at your
many good
photo.
ebooks. What?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, just so many good ebooks. I was just checking out yours, the sauce book. I have it in front of me here. This recipe is blowing my mind. The salad looks so beautiful. And this recipe is the sweet grape salad serving. That just sounds delicious. I love the vibrant sprouts. I'm just like, it just makes my eyes like, ugh.
Yeah, nice, huh? I think they're the red cabbage one.
Oh, so beautiful. I need to get like different kind of do my own microgreens like that. Which there's a book in the bundle to do the microgreens and sprouts or a course on it. So you
Yeah.
have access to that whenever you get the bundle.
Yeah, I wanted to check
Um,
it out as well. I saw some recipes with sprouts and I was looking like crazy around here in Spain to find some. Didn't find them yet, but I did find my jar, you see?
yep,
And I was like, okay, so now
perfect.
I can go.
Yeah, I have this. It's like it's this cool thing that you just buy, I guess, the mesh, and then you can put it on like whatever mason jar thing that you have. And I was like, that's really cool. But I have bunches of those. And then you can put it on any mason jar, it's like so versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah, super. Well, this is just sold like that in the store. I think it's really convenient. Really
yeah.
convenient. Well, okay, I'm gonna try again with the light, okay? I'll be back.
Okay, something's up.
Yeah, it's just I see me a little bit and in you, but I know what to do. So I'll just light up the screen, you know? But then
Okay.
you don't. Ta-da!
Okay,
Hello, I see you. So much better.
perfect. Perfect.
Oh,
Yeah.
so many people tuning in to our channel. I love it. Hi, everybody.
Hi,
So
everyone.
nice to see you here with us.
Hey, my friend David is on. And then Lindsay, are you on? That's my friend, possibly my friend Lindsay White. She may have gotten off, but she never gets on Instagram. So I'm like, what's going on, girl?
Wow. Well, I see Ali and
Um,
Virginia, Life of a Foodie. I see Kaylee, Marianne. Yeah, I see some people some familiar names coming by. Like, hi.
Jigna.
So John Nara, who are you? What's your name? Hi, White Lindsay. You know her.
Yeah, that's my friend.
Oh, so cool. All right. Well, we're part of this ultimate raw vegan bundle. And that's how we are meeting right now for the first time. So I'm super happy to see you. And I know that it's not scheduled, but I really need to ask you about your hair because on the book, like, oh my God, her hair is so beautiful. And now I see you like, wow, those curls. I got this, it's not bad. Woo!
So, curly hair is definitely genetics. Like if you have straight hair, you'll just have straight hair, but if you have curly hair, then you can make it more curly. I definitely have thick hair in my background. Um, but I just started doing like the less I do to my hair, the more I get compliments on it. So it's like if you try to do all the things, like I have not straightened it in probably 9 years. Like I don't even try to like make it look different than it is. It has, that means I have good hair days. That means I have bad hair days. Good hair days, literally, I'm like, oh, thanks, I washed it. That's a good hair day, it's just, but I do really try. Curly hair gets super dry.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to just hydrate it, hydrate it, hydrate it. So I really try to I'm actually only washing it with shampoo, maybe like once every other week. And then I wash it consistently, but with conditioner. So the conditioner is what I use to kind of get all the buildup off of my scalp so that it feels clean, but it doesn't strip my hair of the oils. And then, so it's called the Curly Girl method. So I
Cool.
have to use like very specific products that don't have sulfates or parabens in it because those things just like damage curly hair.
But any
So
hair, any hair.
different products. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to find the most natural, clean. For years, I only used baking soda and vinegar. Like literally baking soda, vinegar, and coconut oil.
Oh wow,
Like
yeah. I get you
total
there.
DIY.
I did that when I got pregnant. I thought no more chemicals, and I had this baby shampoo, so it already didn't have parabens and chemicals like that. But I thought more natural, so I just stopped washing my hair and then use a little bit baking soda and vinegar, like you said. And it was for years it was great, and then I started traveling, like not washing my hair for 5 weeks or sleeping in the most strange places. Things got in my hair, started using shampoo again, the baby shampoo, and I noticed that now that look my hair, okay, I can try to make it a little bit better, but we have here very much calcium and chloride in the water, and even though I put a filter in between, like
Yeah.
it makes it very hard. So
Yes.
but when I always do this, and then people go, "Oh, your hair is beautiful." Yeah, now it is. See, I brushed it.
Yeah, Florida's the same way. There's so much buildup here. I've actually had to completely rethink my hair routine and like figure it out because it's sunny, it's humid, it's dry, it's it's all the things and it's really hard. And then also if you ever have lost lots of amounts of hair, I know that like pregnant women will lose their hair or if you've gotten like if you've gotten, COVID it stresses out your adrenal glands and you've lost a lot of hair. I hope that didn't like trigger any algorithm, but that's okay.
Oh, maybe
Just because
that's
we're
why I lost so much hair. We just had, oh no, we had
yeah,
COVID again in February.
anytime anytime you have just an overwhelming stress on the body, it peaks your adrenaline and stresses out your adrenal glands and then you'll lose hair. So I've had multiple times where I've just had massive hair loss.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I've done actually, because my hair will grow back thick, but I had to be like, okay, I've got to stop this thing before it runs its course, or else I'll have no hair left. So I had to figure out the supplements, and it was really just supporting my adrenal glands, and that's what helped. So I did ashwagandha, zinc. I did a supplement called primrose oil. Really good.
Yeah.
So I supplemented those three. Like as soon as if I have a stressful event, usually 4 months later, I'll start to see hair loss. And I'm like, okay, let me get back on my natural supplements that support me. And then that usually kind of stops the hair loss before it runs its full course. And then my
Wow.
hair
Okay. Well, I don't have so much hair. I didn't have any hair loss, but I understand you there with the supplements. Those are really good for the adrenal, for the hormonal support to rebuild. Yeah. And but look, I just brushed it, so now everybody can say, "Oh, your hair is really beautiful." But in like few hours, it will be tangly again.
Yeah.
Like I just went on the roof. and there's a storm going on. The wind is crazy cold, like even big blanket fly away. And then it makes it like that, you know, like I just came in.
Yeah.
Well, now I
Yeah.
it's okay.
My
But I also noticed when I was in the beginning of my journey, I did all these herbs, you know, powders and capsules, and that people say, wow, your hair, but I didn't even notice. But I was using shampoo again, like 2 times a week, 1 or 2 times a week. And I really have to do this now, like every 6 to 10 days. Otherwise,
Yeah.
it's sticking to my
And
head.
straight hair is so different. It's like curly hair, you have to put a lot of oils. Like I put oil, I literally put oil in my hair. Straight hair, you gotta like wash and get all the oil out. It's like crazy.
Yeah,
My
it's
sister,
strange because this part gets better after
yeah.
a week, but this part is just terrible. And my hair is not straight, but the thing is that here, because of the water being so hard and the humidity outside and inside is the same because there's no insulation in here, and it's cold,
Mhm.
like it's 8 degrees today in the morning. Yeah, if I don't blow dry my hair, tomorrow it's still wet. So I have to dry it, and then it becomes more straight. But if it was really straight, it wouldn't be tangly like that. But I
Yeah.
always love rainy days. I walk in the rain, and then after I got these really beautiful things going on, you know.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
we're getting all talk about hair. Maybe we should make a natural hair book. I actually make my own, like shampoos, toothpaste, creams, and all that. I did that in the past. Did some videos.
Yeah.
You too,
I do
right?
want to do I do want to do like a DIY like household cleaning products and body products. I definitely want to do that one day. I haven't figured out like it would have to be just for curly hair because I barely have figured out my own hair. I mean, I literally did baking soda and vinegar, like that's it for so long. And then my sister later on was like, I'm so glad you stopped using the vinegar. You just smelled like vinegar all the time. I was like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, well, I use it. Nobody complains. I use it now just to get rid of the soap and the calcium. But the calcium makes
It really helps break down the buildup in hard water. It's
yeah.
really nice.
So the water's so hard here.
Yeah.
So I got this little infusion. There's just white pieces on the bottom, and 3 days ago I decalcified my heater, and I tried to not make it boil, but just warm. But yeah, this is my savior when it's 8 degrees. I just drink a warm infusion because
Yeah, of course.
warming
Yeah,
up from the inside.
exactly. I think that's the key for people in cold climates is warm teas, warm water, warm lattes, bundle up. Like, don't be cold. Don't eat food straight from your refrigerator. Put it on the counter. Let it get to room temperature because you'll just be chilly all the time. Like, and warm your body up with like warm teas and stuff. I'm always drinking like even just plain warm water during the winter time.
Yeah. However, I did do a water fast. My last water fast, that was actually when we had COVID and didn't want to, I was still for the 6th day. I was still like, oh, what? Is this coming back again? This tired pain feeling? I want to be rid of it. So I said, okay, now I'm only drinking water until all the symptoms are gone. So then I was drinking, like, not hot, but semi-warm.
Uh-huh.
And I was just feeling weird. And then I couldn't drink warm water anymore. It was burning my kidneys. I was like burning in my back and my kidneys. I'm like, okay. So I started drinking room temperature, which is like 14 degrees in the morning. And I was like, wow, it's so refreshing. It feels so good to drink cold water. Like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm eating again, like cherry moyas and nice fruits. And I want to eat warm water again. So
Do you have access? It looks like you have access to really amazing fruits in Spain then. The cherimoyas are like
yeah,
so,
cherry moyas grow in Spain, so that's the advantage.
oh my
They
gosh, I
have
love
it's
that.
the end of the season now, but we've been here for 2 months. So yeah,
I love that.
and really okay, they're a little bit brown because I had to walk 1 kilometer with them, and they were ripe, and I was like, oh my god, they're good to eat now. So yeah, I was walking with them, and yeah, so they got brown, but yeah,
Amazing. Oh, I love them. They're so like creamy. They're like a yogurt almost.
yeah, and they're a little bit like this one. You're going to see the seeds. They're a little bit sweet, so they're like really, really sweet. But I'm balancing out. Look, cucumber. I just, like I said, like I had to run upstairs because of the storm to get the blankets down, thick blankets that we use as carpet, because otherwise they blow away. And one was already like at the end of the roof, so I'm like, oh no, don't go over the edge. And so I decided to put this fruit and cucumber in front of me that while we talk, I drink and eat every now and then, because I had to go up the stairs to do that, because I'm in an apartment actually. So yeah, we don't know that about each other, but it's good to talk about hair and food and fruit and stuff. I'm lucky. Look.
Wow, that looks amazing. I love living here.
Only 3, so, but I'm waiting for some days now. I'm looking at it every day, like when it's ready, I'm ready.
And it's where you can just have access to all the delicious tropical fruits. It's like really a life changer. I'm growing a lot of tropical fruits now because I am in an environment where if it grows here in Florida, I get the seeds and I plant the seeds in a little pot, and if it sprouts, like this here.
Yeah, show me.
So these are my sapodillas.
Sapodillas. Wow.
So I plant any seeds that I eat, and if it grows, it grows. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Wow. And then it grows. Like these are a couple days away from me going ahead and repotting them individually so that their roots don't grow together. And then I give them away. I'm like,
that sounds very familiar.
I
was traveling for 4 years, and now a little bit settled. I actually register in a place now for since January, so I'm settled for 4 months. But I was traveling before, like 3.5 years. And I was growing avocado trees everywhere, like in the caravan, in somebody's garden, and then I put them in the back of my car. And I would, when they're big enough, I give it to somebody, because I would already have a bottle with, oh, these are still closed avocado pits, and these are still, they're opening, and these are in the pots, and I would just travel around like that. So it sounds very familiar.
When we don't have land, like you said, you're living in an apartment. I lived in an apartment for 1.5 years. We just planted a bunch of seeds on our balcony, and we were like, okay, one day we'll be able to plant these in the ground, but it's good to just start them in pots. Yeah. And then when you put them in the ground, they have really well-developed roots and a well-developed system. Or the other thing is, like, I start a bunch of plants, and I'm like, okay, I'll probably give all of these away, because it's not really about me having all the fruit trees on my property. It's about me being able to spread a bunch of fruit trees in my city, because then one day hundreds and thousands of people will be able to benefit from that. Yeah. Just by, if everybody had a fruit tree in their yard, we wouldn't be having to go to the grocery store to buy mangoes because our neighbor would have mangoes. We wouldn't have to go to the store for papayas because,
hi, Jules.
Hey, Jules. Because our neighbors would have papayas. And so the basics would be covered, you know, like as soon as a mature fruit tree starts sprouting and blooming, you are so inundated and overwhelmed with fruit. You have to share it or it will rot. So my thing is like, let me get all these fruit trees out to my neighbors, because in 10 years, that's going to come back in abundance to me, or if not to me, to the next generations. Yeah. It's really, really about that.
Sounds like I have to stay traveling all over the world, because I dropped my trees everywhere. Even when I flew to the United States, I came immediately. What I did, started growing a new tree, and people say, what? How you do that? You're traveling with camper van, truck, walking. How do you do? You just put it in a jar, you put it in your backpack, and you make sure when they sprout it, you put it in a pot and you give it to the person.
Exactly.
I'll
And
show
then,
you my tree if you want.
yeah.
I just put this one inside because it's got some soil from the Netherlands, which is not keeping it very. But look, it's my avocado tree.
Avocado.
And yes, so this one, and I have another one of these.
It's doing so well.
I know these are the best ones. They are really like they got like a lots of like how do you say that, branches, and
Hmm.
yeah. So soon I'll have my own land, finca it's called here, and then I'll be able to
Yeah.
put them in the ground. And then I hope that of the 18 baby mango trees, because they were pretty big, they were already like this big, that one comes back to me, I hope. And I grew three medjool date trees. And I was like, one really looks like a tree now. It's 2 years later. And I'm like, wow, and I grow them from a seed.
Yeah, I have some dates. Medjool trees don't grow here, but there's a yellow date that grows here in Florida. So I propagated 6 yellow date trees. So I'm planning on getting those. I'm gonna probably wait. Like apparently with dates, there's a female and a male tree, and you can't tell which is which until they flower. So I'm gonna probably keep them in pods until they flower.
Yeah.
And that way I can give them away in pairs, like appropriately, so that somebody doesn't have a non-flowering date tree, you
Yeah.
know?
Well, I hope so that one of them will work. I mean, it's just so cool. Their date trees
Yeah.
here everywhere. But I think
Yeah, I
it's
love
like the
that. That is
Tunisian one. We're not too far from Tunisia. No, we're close to Morocco, but this the Tunisian kind they grow. They people put them here in the street, the city, you know. It's so funny because originally they don't grow here, but apparently the climate allows it. So I thought, let's give it a try, you know. 10 years I'll have
yeah,
dates, hopefully.
amazing. Well, we're here to talk about raw vegan detox symptoms and how to navigate through those. What happens if you go raw and then you're like, whoa, my body is reacting. Should I be scared?
Yeah, we should talk about that.
Should I stop? Is it bad for me? You know, all those questions. So if you have any questions about detox symptoms or how to start on raw, drop them in the chat so that we can answer them.
But you had some symptoms or not? Like your hair falling out. How did you figure out it was a weakness and not a detox symptom?
Um, I I knew for me it was always correlated with a stressful event 4 months prior. Like one time it was a really stressful move, one time it was a breakup, one time it was, I don't even remember. One time it was because I got sick. So for me, it was always a natural 4 months later on the dot, boom, it would start. So I just knew that it was from stress from prior because your hair won't fall out in the moment.
Right.
It will fall out typically later. So I just knew, I think if you're having hair loss from detox, you should slow it down. You know, if
Mm-hmm.
you're having, I always think the best thing with detox symptoms, if they're too strong, pull back.
Mm-hmm.
Let your body be detoxified
Mm-hmm.
gently, naturally. You're going to be so much happier. Your body's going to be happier. And also, if your organs of elimination, if those channels aren't open, you might be pulling a lot of toxins from all over your body, but if those channels aren't open, they're going to reabsorb. So you got to slow it down.
Yeah,
If you're just
exactly.
you too much, it might be because your body's reabsorbing what it can't get rid of.
Yeah.
So I always focus heavier on opening up the channels, and then I allow my body to detox naturally instead of focusing on trying to detox, trying to pull. And then I like to go like, you know, the detox pyramid. Have you seen that? Have you seen Dr. Morse's, I don't know if it's Dr. Morse's, but it's his detox pyramid of you start out, the base is the standard Western diet, you know,
Yeah.
meat, whatever. And then you just go plant-based. And that's a step up. Like your body will detoxify naturally on that. but then you have raw vegetables or cooked vegetables, then you have raw vegetables, then you have fruits, then you have fruit smoothies, then you have mono fruits, then you have juices, then you have mono juices, then you have water. And so you want to jump up the tiers kind of slowly, you know, don't jump all the way up. I always say play around with it, but if you start off from standard American diet or standard Western diet, and then you jump up to water fasting, your detox symptoms are probably going to be really, really unpleasant. But if you gradually went through the pyramid, your water fast would be pleasant. It would be super enjoyable. But so I always say, like, let your body deal with the heavy stuff first as you, like, each layer you go to, you're just peeling back more and more layers to get lighter.
It's totally clear. It's totally clear.
Yeah. And so you don't necessarily want to jump into the deepest layer first because your body might not be ready for that. So start where you are, you know, just jump up to the next level. It makes more sense to do it that way. Or else you may have detox symptoms and then you just have to decide if you're prepared for that or if you need more time to kind of let those rest and start from the beginning.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it sounds
Yeah.
like that's so important to know about, that you can play with what you eat and how fast you detox. And indeed, so it's all about these levels of what you've been eating before and what you eat after. Every step lighter, every step towards more fruits and vegetables and more raw is helping your body get rid of unwanted waste, basically, and helping your body get more alkaline. I think that's so important. So that's amazing that yet you share it. And yes, I don't know about the others watching, but yes, I know about this pyramid, as I'm like a huge fan of Dr. Robert Moyes since my boy, by accident, of course, on purpose, found his video. And I always say, like, he saved my life. I haven't met him. I didn't meet him until 2018. Which year was it? I don't even remember. 2019. But I met him and I was super grateful to be able to go to the United States and to travel from LA to Port Charlotte.
Wow.
Yeah, I watched like the 300 videos, like when I found him in 2000, what was it, 16. I just watched all the videos. I turn it on and sometimes I put them on repeat. I just started from the moment I woke up until I went to sleep. So
yeah, I definitely think he teaches, you know, super gentle. I mean, he is like go hard all the way, but he shortens it. He doesn't say go hard for 7 years. He's like, okay, just do the detox for 3 months, and he talks about an ebb and flow. You know, you may do herbs for 3 months, then you take a time off and you build back up, and then maybe you go again and build back up. So he never said, oh, just detox for 7 years. I mean, those people are really struggling, I think, when they just go full on detox and never kind of build again.
Yeah.
So,
but I also think that a lot of the herbs, either in the powders from their office or from another way, or you just grow them, you know, they are very supportive of the human body, and we're not using all the plants that exist on the planet. And I think that eating herbs in our diet can be so much helpful. Like I don't have it now, and in 3 months I'm not using it, and I'm just started to feel like depleted. And I'm eating like organic lettuces and stuff, you know. I'm eating like this and the cherimoyas, and they're really good. But I know that if I would add 1 liter of juice with grapes and some herbs, like I don't even know this name in English, of all the wild herbs that grow out here. Like, I would feel so much better, and I would know that I would support my adrenals and support my parathyroid, and like you said, and easier to bind all the toxins that are released, and instead of reabsorbing them. and make you tired. So yeah, I think that his way is really cool. I really believe so. And I also think, like, when people say, I'm doing a detox for 7 years, yeah, what really is the detox? What really is the name? You know, like, if you can live on raw food, but for other people, raw food itself is the detox. And they say, okay, yeah, what it's in Dutch, naturopath 85, paardenbloemen. So now you don't know nothing, but it's paardenbloemen.
No, I don't know. See if you can.
Yeah, it's very nice for your liver. And zevenblad, we have that. I was eating topinambour, for example. I love these little roots. I don't know if you know them. But yeah, now I'm having just parsley, cilantro, stinging nettle. It'll be it's like, I always have that, because after sometimes I'm getting this craving and weird feelings, and I just add that to my smoothies or to my dressings, and I feel better. So I'm not in 7 years, I'm just in 6 years, but going to my 7th. But I'm definitely also, not there. I also have to pay attention. Do I get enough calories? Do I get enough nutrients? Am I hydrated? Because now we have the heating on for some days. I'm just sipping this because I know, like, I'm so thirsty.
Yeah. I think that the raw foods are very detoxifying, but there's also, like, you don't have to detox it. You get yourself to the point where raw foods, if you've jumped to the raw food world, your body will naturally detoxify. 1 to 2 years, it's naturally going to happen in the course of 1 to 2 years. If you want it to be faster, you can get on some herbs. If you want it to be slower, just do the raw foods. They'll do the work for you. And then after that, you can add in, fats and nuts and, like, the sea vegetables, nuts and seeds, and then you really stop detoxing. Like, raw foods get you to a place where you can really be sustainable for life, and you're not detoxing for life. Like, raw foods will serve you both ways. It's just undenatured food. That's what's amazing about it. Like, if you need detoxification, there are foods in the raw world that will get you there. And then when you need to build, there are foods in the raw world that will get you there. And then you just go back into the building, but you don't have to leave the raw food world. You can have nature's specific diet for us, which is undenatured raw foods, the way that people eat, or the way that animals eat, is uncooked, undenatured fats, not processed carbohydrates and sugars,
Yeah.
Oh, dandelion?
Dandelion, yes.
To your liver, yes, dandelion.
Yeah. It makes me so much better if I put that in my juices.
Oh, yeah. Dandelion grows naturally in America everywhere. It doesn't grow in Florida. I was super disappointed. Everywhere else in America, it's a total weed. Like, people try to get rid of it.
But you get
creosote.
You have creosote. Creosote? I don't know how to pronounce it. Creosote? Creosote. I write it. Creosote. You have that. Creosote. That's amazing too. That doesn't grow anywhere else but there.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay. Well, check your bottles of herbs. It's in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it might be in it. But it grows in Florida?
Yeah, it grows in Florida. And I think it grows all the way along the south of the United States and the north of Mexico. But only there, not here, not in Europe. So yeah. And then I think that people that have these detox symptoms, you can eat more heavy, right? So when you eat only fruit, you can add your vegetables. If you eat raw, completely fruits and veggies only, you can add, like, avocado to have some more fats to calm it down. But a lot of the times it's also an organ saying to you, hey, I'm the weak link in the chain. How do you say that in English? I'm the weak spot in the chain.
Right. Yeah, the weak link.
Yeah, the weak link. So in the weak link, you can look, okay, then these herbs, is my organ too slow? Is it too fast? What's going on? And you can add a specific food or specific herb in this weak spot to stronger, to make it stronger. And then your detox goes the same pace, but you don't have the symptoms anymore. And well, maybe I'm getting a little bit too far in the natural health, like because I'm naturopath, but this is what I do. Then I say to people, okay, ask them a bunch of questions to see where is the problem, or do them a bioresonance test or a muscle test to see, to figure out exactly where in their body or in their way of thinking or in their emotion is the blockage, and then address this blockage so that the rest can, you know, flow again. For example, I never, if I do heavy metals like aluminum with kids, I do that a lot because they like, it's right, you get vaccines here, all the babies, you know, you get aluminum in the body, and then when they have symptoms from the aluminum, you can give them homeopathy to vibrate the aluminum ions out of the cell, but that doesn't mean they're coming out your skin or your pee or your poop. You need to, you know, bind it with something. So I would always give the homeopathy to work getting the aluminum, for example, out and the emotion to change. But I would also recommend for them to have lemon juice and maybe even add some superfood powders or something, so they get more vitamin C, more zinc, more magnesium, because you just really need those elements to get your aluminum out. Without zinc methionine, then there is a problem. You will not be able to get the aluminum out safely. So I always test, like, where's the problem, and then give people that. So I would recommend everybody with detox symptoms always to look at that. It just makes life easier. You can detox without any really severe symptoms, and it's safer, I think.
You don't need to be miserable.
Yeah,
this question: can the kidney, liver, skin, lungs detoxify better than they naturally already do?
Yeah, I guess so. Not most people's have a weak spot in their body. All kids born, especially in the Western world, we're not living outdoors in the sun with healthy air and healthy water anymore. Even if you think you have the best tap water in the world, there's still stuff in it. So, and then you get the lymphatic system from your mom. So if your mom has issues, the child has issues, but you don't see them, they don't come out. So yeah, you can support them. You can support the organ that is the weak link.
You can strengthen them, and then they will work, they'll just function better. And then, you know, naturally, especially those are all organs of elimination. So you can definitely, the raw food diet just by alone helps strengthen all of those. But then herbs are the other 10% that will strengthen those. And then when they're stronger, then they function better. And then when they function better, they do their job better. So
and also, like, when one of your kidneys are not functioning so good, your skin has to do the work, and you're going to see that. And then your skin function gets down, it looks ugly because of that, and needs to recover at some point. For example,
I have, my kidneys don't filter super well, and my skin doesn't filter super well. So I'm like, well, you know, I gotta do things for both. So for me, like, dry brushing is really helpful, but I don't do that all the time. But whenever I do like sauna, my skin loves it because it is able to sweat, you know.
I totally get you there. That's how I got through. I got, before I went raw, even I had a subscription on the sauna, and in the Netherlands, it's really expensive. Like, every time you go, it's 25 euro. So, and you have to take the day off, right? So every time you go, it's 25 euro. But I just had to do it. And because my blood circulation and my circulation, even though I did sports, was just not good enough to keep my feet warm. They would just, you know, become white and then frozen and then hurt. So I had to do something. And then when I went on fruit and things, I got myself a subscription for the gym, where you, like, a monthly thing, like 60 a month, but they have just a little cubicle, like a little Finnish sauna next to the pool, and I would just go swimming, sit in the pool, go swimming, sit in the sauna, go swimming in the sun. And
Yeah, I love.
that was amazing. I could go any day, every day. So we went 2 to 3 times a week. And then finally I was able to get like this sluggish fatigue, which is the adrenal, like my adrenals were super down. Finally get some rest to recover because I could eliminate and sweat, like you said. So for everybody watching, sauna can help you a lot if you're having detox symptoms, even being it fatigue or skin issues, right?
Yeah.
I was reading your book. Where is your book? I think I closed it again. I was reading your book and I was reading about your story, and it was super cool because it was so much similar to mine. And I was reading about your skin inflammation. Like
Mine was like hives. I would just, everywhere, my whole entire body had inflammation to the point where, I would just be, I would just scratch my arm with something, or like if my dog was like playing around with my hands and had gotten saliva on my hands or on my legs, anywhere I would scratch or have anybody like touch me, or where I would itch, I mean, I would just get hives, like all up and down my legs or all over my arms. I mean, it was just immediate inflammation.
wow,
And
what's hives?
it was,
I look hives. Hives?
yeah,
Hives?
they're red, like red welts, like they swell up,
okay.
like your skin swells up. And,
yeah. We could call that gall bumps in Dutch.
Yeah.
Gall bumps in Dutch. But yeah, I totally get you there. And don't get me wrong, I'll do like this. I had this finger, and a little bit on this and this tail. You can see it's like bluish. I had this finger for the last week. Insane. Like I was eating banana, and then bang, it was just like it got stuck to between the door, like big and blue and tight. I'm like, oh no, my finger. And I've been cheating with some cooked stuff here and there, and like, oh my god, this cooked stuff is making histamine in my body, and then my banana is making histamine in my body. Oh no. Actually eating, do I have to do a water fast again?
Yeah. For me, all I did was when I went plant-based, like all of a sudden that problem went away. It was just hyper inflammation from the dairy that I was eating, and from the eggs, and from the meat that was full of chemicals and antibiotics and hormones and stuff.
So now I'll tell you,
allowed my body to just not have that inflammation level.
Yeah, so now you tell me like all this dairy is making it. Now I'm thinking, yeah, that was actually it, because I was chocolate free like all these years, but since last year somebody said, oh, put some chocolate nips on your ice cream. I was like, I don't know. I finally got rid of it, and then I want it again and again and again. And even though they're like raw chocolate nips, like cow nips, I can't have them because they are too much stimulating my adrenals, and I get like a dip after. So if I take normal chocolate, let's say like coconut blossom flour with cacao, that is that's less severe for the adrenals, so I don't have this dip. But so here it's for you with hazelnuts. So just hazelnuts with a little cacao. But in the end, I had this finger. What's going on? What's going on? You know what it says? Traces of milk in there, like milk powder. I'm like, what? How could I not have seen that? And I didn't realize that it was making it is just a little piece of chocolate, like just a few spread out in a week or two, making such a big like attack on my body. But now I know my finger here is one of my weak spots, and this hand is really weak compared to this one. This one's fine. So I think that this is also showing you where you have to work on your body. So
Yeah.
it was bad for me. I really now I'm totally unattracted to chocolate. That's good.
If I, if I accidentally have dairy, like for example, I wouldn't ask for dairy, but if it showed up, like if I ask for a latte from somewhere and they accidentally don't do almond milk or whatever, and I don't do coffee, I do like chai or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say it sneaks in there somehow, which it rarely happens because I'm very militant about it. But if that happens, I get, I can, the next day, I'm completely congested. Like I know, I'm like, what happened yesterday? It was obviously an accident. It's something that was given to me secretly, but I'm just like, I know it was something because I'm just like here to here,
Oh
completely
wow.
stuck.
Yeah.
My high school friend, she's still my friend now. She said, you used to bruise all the time, Michelle, random bruises. I know. I had random bruises. I never knew what they were from. Do you still get those? Um, I bruise a lot less, but I still bruise pretty easily. And it's definitely parathyroid, weaknesses.
Yeah.
But I've worked on them a lot.
Mine too.
I've taken
Parathyroid. So
parathyroid for months at a time.
parathyroid. Oh, I always try to my parathyroid. Like I have an issue in the back of the thyroid. I would say, okay, you're sweet, you're nice, you're doing amazing. Every time I do meditation, you're supposed to activate all these energy bodies and meridians and
Uh-huh.
like all this energy stuff. And I always go like, okay, active, like reactivate and reforce my parathyroid and adrenals. I always do like these weak spots. I do like send them love and ask for healing. No, you never know, it works. Because I had a really cool bioresonance like here, and it shows you
Uh-huh.
actually the whole body, and then you can see from a scale of 1 to 6, which is healthy is 1 and really bad is 6. Like 6 is really degenerative. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you like almost dying. And yeah,
That's
I
really
was really
cool.
shocked with the back of my parathyroid, and I knew it was not really like I know that was not really doing really well, but that I needed so much healing. I didn't know until I saw that, and I worked on things, and I came back, and some 6s went into 5s, but there's still a lot of 6s. So I was like, oh shit. 4 years on raw, I didn't heal a lot.
What did you say? What did you say it is that measures that?
Uh, like it's one of those bioresonance machine. Don't know how to call
Bioresonance.
it. Mine is called quantum resonance machine.
I've heard of those. I think that'd be really cool to do something like that.
Yeah, it's
I've
really
never been able
cool.
to
I
do it.
love it. It's simple. It's just a little box. I don't have it here. It's a little box, like this big, and you plug it in
Uh-huh.
your computer, and it sends vibrations of everything you can imagine that is known to humankind, from cells to organs to meridians,
Mm-hmm.
sends back, and you know what is supposed to be the right frequencies. They know.
Powerful tool.
Yes, but it's existing also since so long. The first one I saw was from 1965. They didn't even have computers back then, but it's an analog one, and it goes with an arrow. And then you had to have a list with what was the right frequency per thing, or people had to
Oh, wow.
remember. And then that's your job. After some time, oh, this one's high, this one's low. You know it. But yeah, mine
Yeah.
comes with some software which shows you the weak spots, and you can also see what you worked on. But like 4 years
Yeah.
on raw with herbs, with 70 days of juice in a row, with lots of 2 weeks of juices, and with all the saunas and the movement. Okay, I got from not be able to walk down the stairs and not sleeping to functioning, being happy, being able to travel the world with carrying my own backpack. That's cute. But when I saw that, it was like, okay, so I'm gonna need a little bit more healing.
You never know where somebody is coming from, you know? It's that some people are just, nobody gets dealt the same deck of cards. All you can do is work with what you have. And then some people are really harsh on those people, and it's like, we don't know where they're coming from, all different walks of life, all different kinds of trauma, all different kinds of experiences, all different kinds of food or whatever. And it's like everybody's just given a journey, and then You know, some person who doesn't have far to go, it look like they're way in advance, but they've only gone this distance, and then some person might be at the same distance, but they've come from way back here.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
come all this way.
Yeah, it's
So it's
always
really
respect people's journey.
to give us grace and to just say, you never know where someone is coming from.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. I would, yeah, I get a lot of comments like people say, "Oh, your skin's so wrinkly. You got blue here," and I'm like, "You should have seen me 6 years ago." You know, yeah, you have problems. This, yeah, I know. I'm not lying about it, but you know, like I got my weak spots. But if you see where I come from, it's gigantic. It's the difference between not being able to enjoy life or even do normal household things to where I'm able to actually work for myself, travel the world, and be happy with my baby, with my boy. And that's a world, that's a different world. That's just, I mean, I organize this festival now. Like, I was so happy that I could do. I want to share with people. You have to know this. You have to eat just raw fruit and veg. It's so easy, and all your problems go away. Like a lot of your problems go away. Like when it happened, I was so happy that I just wanted to let everybody know, just in case there would be somebody that is looking and don't know what to do, and then they see it and would go, "Wow!" and also heal themselves. So yeah. I guess you're in that place as well, right? With your book and being part of this cool bundle.
Yeah, it's so nice to be able to get to a place where you can share and help people, just with your own experience and your own journey. It's powerful.
Yeah. So I was seeing your book and I was thinking, okay, I was just reading. I was like, what's your breakfast sausage? You make raw vegan breakfast sausage?
So, have you ever had like sausage that is I don't know, it's in America they serve like either links or patties, and it's flavored in a really specific way. So the main flavors, which I had to deep dive to figure out, are sage and fennel. And it's obviously not the pork that we miss. Like it's the seasonings. Like I missed the flavor of breakfast. So I had to be like, okay, what seasonings do they put in the pork to make this sausage? So I had to like deep dive into recipes. Like, what is that? Don't just call it spices. What is the seasoning? So I looked it up, and then obviously nobody had like exact measurements that worked. So I had to like kind of finagle and test out different measurements and stuff like that until I finally made a blend that when I added it, I was just to like a nut pate. I did pumpkin seeds. When I added it and kind of mixed it together and tried it, I was like, okay, this tastes like the seasoning. It's a very like, the American breakfast with the like pancakes and sausage and unlimited coffee and biscuits and gravy and the grits. Like people do these like huge American breakfasts.
Wow, they ate that for breakfast?
Yeah, they're served that in cafes. Oh, it's super common to go to like a breakfast place like IHOP or the Waffle House, and they just serve and eggs and bacon. Like they eat this like pile of food, and I used to love it. Like that was my breakfast food was my literal favorite thing to do that. Like to go on a fun like friend date. My friend Lindsay, who was on earlier, that's what we would do. We would go and get breakfast together and get unlimited coffee. Like it's serving you coffee. You drink like 4 cups in the morning with like milk and cream and syrup and like everything.
It sounds like fun, but also healthy.
Yeah, so that stopped. And then, there were times when I could go to certain places that would have that same sausage made with soy, but it was like, okay, is that really any better? Yeah, Lindsay's still on. She said pile on the grease. Yeah, it's basically like cooked in probably lard. I mean, these meals.
Yeah,
So,
yes. I understand English breakfast with bacon and eggs,
uh-huh.
and
Yeah.
yeah,
It was similar. Yeah.
I like it.
Just like piles of bread and wheat and toast and everything. So I missed that. I missed being able to have breakfast. And so it takes a little bit more time to prepare your own. But a lot of these recipes you can pop into the dehydrator the night before you wake up and boom, you serve it. It's ready.
Right. So this is more because it says sausage, so but it's more like the cookie, right? Looks like cookies. I want to show people.
Well, it's because that's so funny. You're the second person, and it's because of
Let's
in
see if I
Europe.
can do it.
Yeah, um,
Cookies.
here they serve breakfast sausage in a patty, like a hamburger patty.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But they also serve it in links, but you can do both. The breakfast, like a patty, like a hamburger patty, or the links. And I just did the hamburger patty. I thought that's how it was everywhere. But the other person I was online with earlier, the Rawest Delights, she was like, why didn't you make them sausage links? I guess it's like, because in Europe, they just do the links. They just do
Yeah,
sausage.
that's what's called sausage.
Yeah. Well,
That's basically it's the way it looks.
yeah, here they did both. So I just like picked my favorite is when it's in the hamburger patty style. So that's what I picked. I didn't even think it was like a thing.
Cool. Well, I have the same with some things, what people say about my recipes as well, and photos and things. Why'd you do that? Because we do it like that over here. But that's also so
It's
interesting about other people's books, about the bundle. Like people are from everywhere, and I went from like California to Florida to New York, so I saw how big this country is, and it's like from Spain to Netherlands, it's 1,600 kilometers, and yeah, so wow, that means that U.S. is bigger than that, and I can cross 5 countries between here and mine. So maybe you have 5 states, I don't know, but you have to look at it like that. And then so many
huge.
people join the bundle. Even what they do in the north is not what they do in the south. It's not what they do in Spain, Italy, Denmark, Canada. Jung So, she's in Hong Kong. I mean, everybody has their own
Yeah.
flavors and culture.
And I love the variety. They're in the bundle. There's everything from starter guides to advanced to different cuisines to how to navigate cravings to how to sprout microgreens. Like it just covers everything. So if you're wanting to know how to start out, you just naturally know
Yeah.
all the things. And then you just download everything. And then as you have time, you go through each book one by one. Yeah, Lindsay said we liked our sausage McMuffins. Sausage McMuffins. Definitely
That's funny.
some things that we don't
McMuffins.
think about now.
I looked at your recipe and it's so much similar to my pumpkin. I call them pumpkin paste because but it's called patty. I didn't ring so patty.
Uh-huh.
But when I have cravings, sometimes I crave pumpkin seeds, and I used to have this pumpkin seed. Like I buy a jar and it's raw, but I think they add a lot of oil. They cut out some of the pumpkin seed fibers, and then it's a paste, pumpkin seed paste. It says raw, but I don't like it. I think it's super oily. And then I start making it with pumpkin seeds myself. And I look at your cookie and look at the ingredients and think, oh yeah, you just add 2, 3 more ingredients and maybe different quantities. So I'm like, I want to try it. And
Yeah.
I make this tomato base, this one. And I'm like, okay, that would really go good with that. I'm just like hungry. I just want to dip it and eat it like that.
Yeah.
I would love to do that right now.
I love the recipes in your book are really awesome. I was looking through those. I had them on my computer. They're just like really great. They have different. I love that it's it's really versatile. You have tzatziki, and you have ranch dressing, and you have like Greek, and you have tomato, like Italian. It's really nice that it's just really flavorful from all different country profiles, you know?
Yeah, try to make it like a little variety to show people that just that when you're, you know, when you're not so long into this raw journey, and or even just wanting to make more salads, that it's so easy to make an easy recipe with a few ingredients that take you all the way through Europe, or even, yeah, maybe even further than that, that they're so versatile, and it's all in the flavoring, you know. So, and I really recommend to make your own mustard. If somebody's like,
Oh,
I'm
I
gonna
saw that.
download it, make your own mustard. I also have a video that goes with it, and it's super easy.
It
And
looks so good. And it's so simple.
yes, and no, like nobody seems to know, and it's so simple, and it just, you can make it super hot or mild yourself. It's just, you know, just two ingredients more or less, and that could, like when you're bored, you keep it in the fridge. It's just stay. Mustard is self-preservative. You just put it in a jar. 6 months later, it's still in the jar. It's still good.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like with condiments, I never used to know that it's just a recipe that you can make yourself. Like I always used to think like nobody has the ingredients to make ketchup. Like ketchup is something you have to buy.
Yeah, no,
I
I love to
like
make my
I
ketchup.
always thought they owned the recipes exclusively and like nobody knew what was in it. It was like, that's crazy. Everybody can make ketchup if they want
Yes.
to.
Well, not with the sugar, but yeah, for me, I made it by accident. And people say to me, my family, that's like ketchup. Okay, it's a little bit thicker, but that's ketchup. I said, yeah, cool. And these are sweet potato fries. And so they eat them cooked, and I eat them raw with
Yeah,
my ketchup.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I wanted that. Maybe it's not really a big challenge, but this is just something that I think, make your own mustard. It's super healthy. You can put it in the fridge 6 months later. I make jars, and I don't add so much water, and I make them really firm, because
Yeah.
then I come back to the Netherlands to my mom and dad during my travels. Ah, you still have one jar. Good. I take the half, put it in another one, add liquid, and take
Yeah,
it with me.
I'll do that. I'll do that too. A lot of raw foods, I'm not making small quantities every single day. I'll just kind of batch make a big jar of it. Or like with raw vegan crackers, I'll just like make a dehydrator full of them and then I have them for the month, you know, and then it's easy food after that, you know, with just a little bit of food prep.
Exactly. Yeah, that don't make a half dehydrated, make it a whole.
Yeah.
That's super cool. All right. Well, if you don't mind, maybe we can make a little end to our chat, because I really want to eat my cucumber now.
Yeah, you should go eat. Well, this was awesome. I'm glad we got to cover detox symptoms on going raw and answer people's questions and talk about our book. That was really awesome. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so you're super welcome, and I'm glad to be able to do that with you. I just want to wrap up saying thank you for everybody that watched, and everybody that is watching it later. If you like this video, please give us a heart, and we'll be doing more videos in the next 10 days. If you want to check out the bundle, I got my link here. And well, you got your link in your bio, my link's in my bio as well. So you can check it out and see if it's good or not. And if you buy the bundle, please let us know what you thought of it, or share some recipe. We really appreciate you doing that. And
Let us know what you love about it. Share your recipes if you make them. We want to see them and celebrate with you.
Yeah. And if you have time, I also want to say, check out the Dutch Food Festival as well. I hang my super proud, my new banner behind me, because there was an ugly painting. There's now a happy banner. Because I would really love to invite everybody to have a meal with me.
Yeah. Yes. Awesome. Well, I'll see you,
Yeah,
Naturopaths
we have another
85.
chat,
Thank
right?
you. It was so good to talk to you guys. I don't think we do. I'm traveling on the 6th,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know what my schedule is after that.
Oh yeah, yeah, I
I'll
remember.
just,
Egypt.
yeah, once I get over there, I'm gonna kind of see what's going on, and if so, I'll be able to reach out and ask people to do lives. But until then, I'm like, I'm not even gonna plan those days. I'm gonna get over to that country and then figure it out because the time zone is different. Like
It's not far
everything's
from
different.
here. So see when you get there. I'm more than happy to join your live
Yeah,
if you want.
yeah,
Okay, good
yeah. Thank you
travels.
so much. Thank you. All right, it's so good to talk to you.
Have a good day.
Have a
Bye.
have a good day. Bye.